Welcome back to the other phone gadgets and random things. This is my update with the Umidigi F1. Ooh, I actually had it for about a month now, and I jumped right in. I told you I got the phone, the glass screen protector, and the case for all for up under $100. And I can say it did not disappoint for the price point. I know some people have their standard set kind of high for things, and I mean you can get what you pay for, and it's been superb for the price point. Just being honest, it has been superb. I start off with things that kind of will be your pet peeve. One of the things for me has been the fingerprint scanner. It hasn't been all that fast. And look, it's doing well for the video. But sometimes you get caught up and will not recognize it. But you can always go to the whatever you put the pin or the pattern or whatever you put on there to unlock the phone. So really no issues with it from there. The speakers are I guess some of the material low. Some things sound very high than others, and I think let me see. I just turned it all the way up, and let's go to game I was playing. Something I seen on Instagram. Um, I just downloaded yesterday or the day before. Uh, and that sound pretty loud. That's pretty loud. Actually, I played some music on here from YouTube, and it wasn't that loud. So I can. That's why I say I assume that some people, depending on how some people record, and you will see perform really well. 4 gig, like I told you, 4 gigabyte with 120 gigs of storage. So it works pretty well. You know, just playing that, from there or whatever. So, like I said, that sounds pretty loud compared to some of the stuff I have heard on here that hasn't been that loud. But it does have Android 9 Pie. Does have Pie. See, I got a lot of things, and I start putting them all in there. Try to get one, but I put one over there so I can show you just how fast the screen moves, and of course, some of the phones that cost more than this move just a little bit faster. But like I say, get what you pay for. Other than that, the pictures have been well. I ain't got that. I ain't that tech savvy yet. Where I can show the pictures while I'm talking, but I'm getting there. Just some pictures I took. Uh, Baby girl sleep today, but just some things that I did. The camera, like I said, the camera's pretty good. I love the having the two cameras with the wide and stuff. That's really one of the best things about it. They really got me into the market when I seen those two camera lenses on the phones. Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I say, I enjoy it. Now, the other thing is they needed, and I mentioned that in one of the stuff, they need to develop their own screen protectors because they're going through another company, and I don't know if you can see that space where it's not touching. So if it drops right there, it's probably will crack along the sides. But this is the best you're gonna get for a screen protector on your phone, glass screen protector at that. So that's like the only other thing, and I mentioned that in one of the comment sections to tell them that they need to make their own case too. Now, one of the cases I had before, it almost covered up one of the lenses. So they need to make their own. They're probably the best bet. Just go ahead and invest and make their own. Now, one of the things that it does not have compared to other ones is with the bezels, with the top and the top and the bottom. It doesn't have that. It only has a camera at the top. It only has a camera at the top, and that camera's right there. The teardrop. It only has that. It doesn't have any of the other things. So that's one thing I got used to, knowing whether you had a missed call or a message or anything. You do not see that as you would on other cameras. On other phones. But one thing I do like, I only have to pick it up and to see my screen. And see, when I pick it up and see my screen, I can see if I have any. I like that about it. That makes up for me. To me, that makes up for not having that. But I enjoy that. I think it had like 117 gigabytes of storage left. Because you notice the factory stuff and system stuff is on there. So that wasn't that bad. And I think I've already used up about 25 gigs. I already just downloaded things that I had from my old phone. I transferred over my messages and things like that. But it's holding up pretty well. One thing I had to get used to is the charge. It is fast charge, it's a wireless charger. And with the fast charge, I had to go through a couple of charging phases in order to get to make the battery hold. I had went through one phase where I killed the battery and then went on from there. Um, then it started functioning pretty properly and regularly from there. The other thing is, some people don't know. I do not know that. I can't remember the process. There's a process you go through for your APN in order to get your 4G, and with AT&T in a way. I don't know if it works with T-Mobile, being that it's on GSM for data provider. But it's a process you have to go. You have to put in your APN manually in order to get your 4G, and that's something you have to do. Just there's something else you have to do with it. But other than that, like I say, under $200 with all this, you really can't complain with it from that standpoint. If you want the high end phones, of course, buy the high end phones. But um, for the price you're paying, you probably get about 4 or 5 of these different brands of these uh, cheap Chinese phones. You can go Google them or look on Amazon, and it give you a whole list of the different phones. Or YouTube, you can see them on YouTube. I use YouTube a lot to see what the phone is like and other people using it and stuff like that. So hey, it just is what it is. But other than that, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest, I probably get this about a 7.5, close to an 8 is possible, because it is. I mean, it is what it is. Cause most people don't use their phone like that for everything that they say. Cause I'm me myself personally, I'm getting in from not using my phone for reading all this information and stuff like that. I'm going back to using a laptop, a desktop, or whatever, and looking at getting like a tablet or something, because it's too much information to be looking at these small screen, hurting your eyes and things of that nature. But yeah. Any questions, comments, put them in the box below. I would recommend that you buy it if you're in the hunt for a smartphone, especially for the storage wise. It does have it had a 2 SIM chart with the hybrid, where you can do a SIM and an SD card. I really don't need an SD card. That's one of the reasons why I got it too, for that price point. I don't need the SD card anymore like I did with my other phone, because this is the highest storage I ever had. I think the highest I ever had was 64 before this, and this has 128. Came with 128. So, but yeah, great phone. Umidigi makes some good products. Um, they cheap products, but they fairly good for their price. You get for what you pay for. So with that being said, you all have a good one.